Hey Libra, welcome to your reading for February 2022. My name is Shay. Let's go ahead and hop right into your cards. So, what does the zodiac sign Libra need to know about? Okay, chill. 7 of Cups in reverse. My word. Let's see. What does Libra need to know about February 2022? What does Libra need to know about February 2022? Justice in reverse. Ooh. The Hermit, upright. Ace of Cups. 2 more. What does Libra need to know about February 2022? What does Libra, the zodiac sign? What does Libra need to know about February 2022? 10 of Wands. What does the zodiac sign Libra need to know about February 2022? 7 of Swords. Okay, Libra, so there's some indecision in your reading with the Justice card here. By the way, you in your own reading, look at that. So you definitely have some indecision going on with the 7 of Cups and this Justice in reverse. Maybe you have a lot of choices in the month of February or something that you need to decide, and you just may be on the fence about it, about what that looks like for yourself. For some of you, it looks like something that's going on with your career, and you trying to weigh your options of what would be the best outcome. So it's almost like you kind of find yourself being stuck, but there is a need to kind of like address some things, especially anything that you may have participated in or created, like, you know, what do they call that? Created a monster kind of situation. If it's one of those situations, it may be something where you may be trying to avoid making the decision altogether because you're like, or this could be vice versa. This could be someone else's feelings that you are picking up on in your reading as well. So February may consist of a bit of a hermit mode, you keeping to yourself, or you kind of getting away from some sort of chaos in your life, just so that you can reflect on this thing that's going on that has your mind kind of at dis-ease about what you should do, especially if it comes with some sort of betrayal, especially if it comes with some sort of like unpleasantry, because of course you don't want to make the wrong decision. So if it's something that you feel like is going to affect you or make you look a certain way, like negatively, or vice versa, maybe this is for somebody else, you know, if it's going to cause a negative reaction, it's almost like you don't want to make it. So you may tend to focus on like your new relationships, your community, your abundance, your spiritual abundance. If you're not focused on that, it's definitely something that you should be appreciative in the month of February, because maybe you got it, okay? You got material abundance, you got spiritual abundance, you got community, you got friends and family who love you. Like, the abundance is nonstop, especially with new relationships and new love. But it's almost like something else is in the background, is playing in the background in your head and causing a little indecision. Now, this could also be manifestation of you spending time to yourself to bring in your abundance. It's almost like you get more abundance by keeping to yourself, almost, in the month of February. So like that could be reading as a secret. That could be reading as keeping something to yourself, and you know what I mean? That could be reading to somebody else as you moving funny or you moving weird. But it's really just you trying to hold things together. Now, if somebody is keeping something a secret, or is moving funny, or is not being fair, okay, that's something that does need to be addressed as well, with the Ace of Swords, I believe, at the bottom of the deck here too. Yes, something definitely does need to be addressed if there's a issue involved. Because I almost feel like for some of you, it's something that you don't know about and that you're not aware of, or vice versa. You could be doing it to somebody else. But it's something that's not on the table, and it's not on the table because you don't want to have to address it. So it's almost like, I don't want to look like the bad guy, or I don't want to make anyone else feel like the bad guy, so I'm going to avoid it altogether. But in reality, it's doing more harm than good. But as far as your career goes, it's just in your best interest to move strategically, and making like not quick decisions. It doesn't need to be non-thought out decisions, but just make sure that when you're thinking, you don't paralyze yourself. You know what I mean? You find out what makes the most sense, what brings the most balance, and then you go with that. Okay? Because no decision is you might as well, you know what I mean? Being indecisive is like making no decision at all, or saying no. So you might as well do what strategically would make sense without, having to harm others. So let's go ahead and clarify your love and relationships. What does Libra need to know about February 2022? What does Libra need to know about February 2022? What do my Libras need to know? Reckless. What do my Libras need to know about February 2022 in their love and relationships? Thank you. Bride. I'm hearing to put those two words together, a reckless bride. Clarity. What does Libra need to know about their love and relationships in February 2022? Thank you. Cool with whatever. Taking a chance. All right, Libra. Okay, so for some of you, like I said, back to that indecision. And it's so funny because there's so many cards in this deck to talk about someone playing games, and it's like you didn't get it. And secrecy is at the bottom of the deck with that Seven of Swords, so some type of secret is there. So for some of you, you are being reckless, acting recklessly, getting lit, highly volatile relationship and personality. Use precaution and precautious. Remember with that, using precaution, tiptoeing, trying to make a decision. Bride, wife, partner interested in the love of the lifetime, wedding, event, commitment, or advancement. So some of you could be in a very serious relationship that you are taking a little bit too casually. For somebody very specifically, it's almost like you're in something and you're unsure about it, but you're still entertaining something else. And it doesn't have to be a big entertainment. I don't think that this is like you cheating or someone's cheating outright, more than it's like you're doing things you know you don't have no business. Maybe there's conversations that you're entertaining, texts that you're sending, someone contacts you that you know is not supposed to be contacting you, and you actually like let them talk to you versus not letting them talk to you. Morals, you know what I mean? I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying what I'm sensing. There's this kind of like almost a little bit of self-sabotage going on in some type of romantic relationship, and this could be someone else as well, like their energy. So it's like it's almost like you feel it, but you don't know whether or not it's real. Like, like you feel like something's off, but you don't really know what it is. There could also be a situation where there's some sort of a disagreement or argument, and someone's trying to avoid the consequences of those. So it's almost like a accountability. That's the word I'm looking for. Someone doesn't want to take accountability. So it's almost like you're constantly having this issue because there is no accountability being taken for their actions. You know what I mean? It's almost like a sorry that's thrown out there just to get it out of the way, but not really to address it and make sure that it progresses forward. So it puts you or this other person in this middle ground because you're still trying to figure out like, okay, so you know what I mean? Are they really sorry, or should I leave it alone? Like, so it's almost like you kind of find yourself to be just being like, whatever, I'm gonna let it go, which is of air sign Libra nature, being chill, trusting the process, making decisions, living in the now, casual to no commitment. So for some of you, you're just leaving it as it is, or on the other hand, some of you are kind of having casual relationships if you're not in a romantic relationships. Like for some of you are being a little reckless. I hate to say it, you are being a little reckless in your love life, or your friendships or your family, just for the sake of like chasing that enjoyment and enjoying yourself. But just make sure that your decisions are a reflection of what you really want. And if they're not, and if they're causing you some sort of like pain or dis-ease, let's consider those things, okay? So it's almost like you're at a place where it's something you have to commit to something or someone. And don't even just think of romance, because I also feel like this could be like a job. But let's say like a friend, and this is so minuscule, but I'm going to use it as an example. A friend wants to commit to seeing each other every Saturday for brunch, and you don't want to. Say that. Okay. Say that, or you know what I mean? Like don't fill your head up with all of these issues because you're like, I don't want to do that, but I don't want to be a mean friend. Like, just do what, be honest about what it is that you want, because making those decisions are going to be very important this month. Now, this says, take a chance, says go for it, a good chance, set your intention for a positive outcome. You cannot win if you do not play. Now, this goes in both directions. You may have someone who's interested in you and you're running from it because you don't want to have to you don't have to commit. You may like them, you may enjoy their company, but you don't want to have to commit because of whatever issues that you have. Take a chance. Same for the vice versa. If you know you're not happy somewhere and you want more, take the chance on asking for that. You know what I mean? Don't keep yourself away from what you really want and then act it out in other ways. And like I said earlier, sometimes being indecisive ends up making the decision for you. So because you're in control and because the ball is in your court and whatever your situation is, Libra, make the decision, boo. Okay? Clarity for my Libras in their career and finances. A new start is coming. That might be for your love, so I'm going to get you one more. Clarity for my Libras. What do they need to know about their career and finances? Wow. Maybe not. Thank you. Your cards came out quick. Okay, so we had a new start is coming. We had a win-win outcome is forecasted. See, it's so many scales in your reading. You came out of your reading again. Conclusions are within reach and surrender to the divine. Okay, so very reflective of your reading. So yes, whatever it is you're making a decision about could be financial, it could be in your career. Okay, so something new is starting. A win-win outcome is forecast. It's pretty much saying like, hey, you're on the path of getting something great in your career. Even if it doesn't look that way or it's not packaged that way, it ultimately will be the best for you. Again, it's all about making a decision. It makes me think of a TikTok that I saw that goes along the lines of like you know, you're at a crossroads and then you're talking to your spirit guide, you're talking to God, whatever you believe in, and you're saying, hey, which way should I go now? And they're like, whichever one, you good. And you're like, I gotta choose. And you know, Libras don't like making big decisions. So yeah, boo, you gotta choose. It's time for you to make the choice, because whatever direction you go is gonna be a good direction. You're smart, you're prepared, you have all the information that you need. Take it where you must, you know what I mean, to decide what you need. Now, if you do need a little bit of if it is an impossible situation or it feels like something that's impossible to make a decision on, that's what hermit mode is for. That's for that little moment of taking like time for solitude comes in, because the hermit is a very spiritual card. It is a very like a search within kind of moment, and I feel like that's where you'll get the answers. Kind of let go of control for a second then, and let it kind of go with you. I think that's where meditation would help you as well. If you take that meditation and don't try to overthink or try to keep yourself from thinking. Just kind of see what comes. And I do this very often, and the answers just flow. And it almost seems like a duh kind of moment, because I was overthinking, and it's like, just do this. You know what I mean? So kind of let it happen to you. Things are coming to a close. So there are going to be like a kind of a big epiphanies this month about what it is that you want to do with your career, and as far as what's going on forward in your finances as well. With this win-win forecast, it does talk sort of about relationships as well. So relationships may play a role in your career, because like I said, it may be something that you want to do or something someone else wants to do that may affect your career and finances. But understand that like it's okay to think about yourself, as long as it's not something that harms other people. You know, like find ways where everyone can kind of get what they need without manipulating. That's the key. Okay, so clarity for my Libras. What does Libra need to know? What advice do you have for them in February? Animals. I always say that word like that. I don't know why. Manifestation, clarity. What does Libra need to know? What advice do you have for them in February 2022? Thank you. Well-being. Ooh, that is a big word. Okay, focus on your well-being. Okay, Libra, so if you're into animals, if you're looking into a pet, it would actually be very beneficial for you at this time. Animals and well-being for some reason called out to me. I feel like some of you do need a companion, or are looking into a companion for no other reason than, you know, wanting to take care of something, or having, you know, if you're feeling a little lonely, kind of having that companionship in your life. There could be something that goes on with an animal around you this month. Look for animal signs as well. If you're someone who believes in like, you know, spirit guides, as far as in the animal form, the animal totem, I guess you could say. Look for those, your spirit animals, because they may be popping up with a lot of messages or doing like a lot of weird behavior. If some of you have a deceased pet, that comes up as well. So they may be trying to communicate with you. You may get a message that way. But so that's animals are a big theme. And also for some of you, very, very, very few of you, if you're considering becoming some sort of like animal healer or vet, here's your sign. Well-being. There might be some lifestyle choices that you need to make. Like I said, with that hermit card, there may be integrating meditation. Maybe you're eating certain things that you know you shouldn't. Maybe you're not sleeping well enough. Focusing on your well-being, because also I'm getting this anxious feeling that I feel like may be coming from your lifestyle choices. So you may think it's because of just this decision or whatever is going on, but really what it is just an imbalance. And whatever you're doing too much of, which is causing you to be jittery and causing your mind not to be able to focus. Only you know what that is. So consider that, getting your well-being back together. Now, there is a manifestation that is coming into your life, something that you manifested. And it's coming whether you are asking for it or not, which is a blessing. We love to see it. It is a great thing. It is a good thing. It's something that you've been waiting on and wishing for. And for some of you, I do get this sense that you are trying to run from it. So you know it's coming, you see it coming, and you're so happy that it's here, but then you're also trying to like go in the other direction. Stop that. It's here. So now you got to decide what you want to do with it. For others of you, though, it's something that you manifested from the way that you think. So it's something that you've been saying to yourself and repeating to yourself, kind of like a worst case scenario. And now it's actually appearing because of that. Luckily for you, it's not turning out negatively, but it's almost kind of like a proof to you that the way you choose to believe is going to happen that way. So manifest with intention, because literally so much good stuff is happening for you, Libra. It's just about you focusing on that well-being and focusing on what you do have control over. Okay? Thank you so much for watching this reading, Libra. If it resonated for you, please go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe below, and follow me on IG for daily zodiac updates. Remember that I love you, and I hope you're having an amazing day. Bye.